In this video, I'm going to go over some of the worst investments you can make when it comes to buying coins online, or even in person for that matter. These are the things you absolutely want to avoid because I'm constantly seeing people buying these things and thinking that they're getting good deals, they have good investments, when in reality, they're spending way too much money for these coins and paper money bills. I'm going to show you guys what you need to be avoiding when it comes to buying coins online. And also, I'm going to tell you if you want to be buying coins at a good deal, at a good price, where should you be doing that? Who can you trust? Where can you go? What do you need to be doing to actually get coins that are worth good money and that might appreciate over time? So here's the thing. There's this company called the Bradford Exchange. They've been around apparently since 1973. And look, this company has probably good customer service. They probably have good shipping, and they're most definitely selling you genuine coins and currency, which is great. But on the flip side, you have to understand that a company like this is massive. They have a ton of overhead. They heavily market their items. As you can see, a lot of these coins and bills come in fancy little boxes or nice little plastic holders. It looks like the coins and paper money are graded, but they actually are not graded. If you were to bring a bunch of this stuff into a coin dealer or a coin expert, a coin shop, they're almost immediately going to know that you got essentially taken for your money. And the thing is, these companies essentially charge double or triple or sometimes quadruple the price that they buy this stuff for. And they kind of have to do that because they have a bunch of employees and overhead that they need to pay for, so it makes sense. On top of that, they're buying all these supplies like the plastic, the wooden boxes that are not cheap, shipping costs for shipping these bulky items. The list goes on and on as to why they charge so much money for this stuff. And it really sucks because especially if you're saving this stuff for a friend or a family member after you pass away, they're going to inherit all of these items. And essentially, let's say that you spent a few $1,000s on these coins and say you want to go and sell them yourself a few years down the line. You essentially took your $1,000 and cut it in half just because you bought them from a place like this. Now again, I'm not necessarily throwing shade at a company like this. If you want to be buying stuff for too much money, then I recommend probably coming to a place like this. Now if you want to get good deals, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but essentially it just really comes down to doing your homework and doing your research, watching videos like this. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button. It really does help out. But honestly, there are a lot of companies out there that are selling pretty normal items like this for way too much money because it comes in a nice little box or a nice little holder. I mean, just think about it. Whenever you get a sponsored ad that hits you, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere, you have to take into consideration that they are spending money showing ads directly to you. That means they're cutting into their profit. That means they need to increase the price of their product they're selling you. That's why it's almost really a good idea if you're buying stuff like this. I mean, honestly, even while there's a lot of coin shops that have really good deals, even coin shops can be a little bit pricey at times because they have a lot of overhead costs. They have employees to pay. But I'd say there's a good amount of coin dealers and coin shops out there that their profit margin is really low and they do want to give really good deals. There's a lot of coin dealers out there that honestly, they're really fair. They want to take care of their customers. But companies like this online, they really gouge you. So you really need to just be careful out there. It's a good rule of thumb that anytime you see a fancy little box, a nice little plastic holder, there's going to be a huge upcharge on it. The only time I recommend, buying something that's in plastic is if it's graded. If your currency is graded by PMG or PCGS, or if your coin is graded by NGC or PCGS, those are the two biggest grading companies and they will increase the value of your coin or paper money the most. Also, whenever you see these $2 bills that have a bunch of what look like pictures on the front or the back, these are cool, but they're essentially worthless in my mind. I would stay very far away from stuff like this. You don't want to be buying any $2 bills like this. If you've watched my videos before, you know the majority of $2 bills are really not that expensive. You can literally go to your bank right now and get $2 bills directly from them at the face value of $2. So don't be tricked into paying a lot of money for a $2 bill that's really only worth $2. That's all they're really doing here. They're getting a $2 bill and they're running it through the printer, putting a fancy little picture on the front of the bill. I think it's just kind of silly, but that's just me. And honestly, in the future, these $2 bills are not going to be worth that much money. Essentially, any banknote or any coin I show you in this video that has a nice little fancy box and a nice little plastic holder, avoid it. Do not spend the money, especially if you're going to be spending a lot of money on this stuff. If you're dropping a few $1,000s into coins because you want to collect them and you want to invest in them, stay clear. Do not get this stuff, please. I'm just telling you the absolute truth here. Their profit margins on this stuff is astronomical. Again, I'm not trying to throw too much shade. Like, this company is legitimate in terms of they're trustworthy, but in the same sense, their profit margins are just way too huge. If you're watching my videos, you probably have a better sense of what to be looking out for on coins and paper money. And if you don't, that's okay because we're all here to learn and get better. But if you take anything from this video, I would say just avoid this type of stuff, because the money that you put into it, you're simply not going to get it all back. If you're collecting or if you're investing, the main purpose is that your coins and paper money over time, they will increase in value. Even if increased value is not your main thing and you just want to collect this stuff because it looks cool and you like it, then go ahead. You know, you can buy something in a nice fancy case here. But me personally, I recommend against it. Hit that subscribe button. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next video.